boat back from Newport. We're motor sailing in about 8 to 10 knots of wind. It's starting to white cap, so it's getting closer to 12. Got full sail out, 9.3 knots SOG and 9.2 knots speed. We're doing about 8 knots just sailing, coming back from Newport to Warwick from the Newport Boat Show. And I'm following the 51. We've got a 109 out, main's all the way out, 7.8 knots. Just bringing the boat back into Warwick, motor sailing. Kind of ahead of Hurricane Jose here, so we're trying to get him back. So I'm going to furl the sails. Just going to slow the boat down a little bit. I'm on autopilot. I'm going to take it, put it on standby. I have a little window here I can look up. And I'm going to bring it up into the wind a little bit. Putting it on auto. I'm just going to get everything ready. My main sheet is right here, so I can let out a little bit of the main. Clamp it first. These are rewind winches, I could do it with that. I'm going to clear my outhaul here. It's in the storage box. It's on the winch, and on the other side of the boat I'll leave the camera for a second. I'm just going to get the in-haul ready. Okay, got a little bit of flap in the main, so I'm going to furl it. Release the outhaul. I'm going to keep a little tension on that when I do furl it. A little too tight. That's better. It's actually sensitive to how much slack you give it. I can actually see it through the gap between the Bimini and the Dodger. And there it is in the mast. So the main is done. I'm going to clamp both sides. I'm just going to tighten the main up a little bit, just to take the slack that I gave it. There's 2 speeds to this. And there we are. Now I'm going to get ready to do the jib. So I want to make sure that I don't have any line that's going to get caught when I furl it. So I'm going to pull it right out. There. And I'm going to head it up in the wind a little bit more. There we are. And my furling line is on the other side of the boat. And take off the main furl. And I'm going to put on the jib furl. I'll do 3 wraps. Ready to let out my jib, clear out some extra line, and I'm going to furl the jib. I'm going to release more. I'm just going to leave 2 wraps on it. There we are. Put 1, 2, and 1 through here. So for one person, the electric winches really make that helpful. So I use the autopilot, got the boat going slow, headed up into the wind, not all the way. I wanted to keep a little tension on the sails, so I brought it in. Furled the main first, brought the boom back to the center, and then furled the jib. And I furled it fairly tight and put a couple extra wraps around it. Bringing the boat in, I'm just going to slow it down, turn on the bow thruster, proceed forward slowly, test the bow. And we're backing starboard side too. So my fenders are already out. I did it outside the harbor, and I moved all my lines from port side to starboard side, and I have 2 springs and a forward and aft line. And we have one boat that went in ahead of us. As soon as he's out of the way, we'll go in. The wind is blowing ahead of us this way, and our slips are going to be like this, so the wind will be affecting us like this. So we'll favor the far side of the slip. At least I think we're going to be docking on the southern side, which I think we are. So we'll go on the northern side of the alleyway. It's not much, but it's enough to allow for some of that drift. So we'll just favor that side. We'll get it going slow, and we'll put it in reverse, or we'll put it in going aft in, so stern to. You know the bow thruster's on when you see a solid light. If it's blinking, it's just starting. If there's no light, then it's not on. And the wind is blowing me sort of like this. And the wind speed is almost 10 knots, 9.2. You gotta look for dinghies being in the way, bowsprits sticking out, people backing out of their slips, stuff like that. So just go slow so you can adjust for it. So we're going into the entranceway. You probably won't see it yet, but you will in a minute. So I'm hovering over on the dock on my starboard side, but we'll be going into our port. So we'll just get it going slow. Wind is going to be sort of slowing us down, but it's actually more or less pushing us towards the side. So I'm going to give a little bit of room to get my bow over. So I'm going to the center of the channel. And since the wind is slightly pushing us towards us, I'm going to pretend to dock in the slip closest to us. And slow it down a little bit. Now, even though you put it in reverse, you still can steer if you're moving forward. So you can put it in reverse and start to make your turn. I've got a Sabre power yacht over here with a anchor on it that is kind of in my way. So I'm going to get my tail a little bit closer to the slip. As soon as I think my bow's away from the power boat, I'm going to kick over the bow a little bit. Just don't want to kiss anchors. And there we are. Oh yeah, we're in the path of a runway too. Actually swinging the boat all the way around this time.
Alright, let's bring it on back. Bring it on back now. Water. Keep it neutral here. Alright, he's in neutral, boys.
Yeah, okay.
$10 feet.
You want the platform up for the storm?
Yeah, I'm leaving them all up. Yeah.
Before you get the bow on.
6 feet.
Yeah.